outside the apartment building of Diane Wilmot, former press secretary.
What?
We are being told that she was found dead in her apartment by a relative. Wilmot ended her career.
Diane Wilmot is dead.
Yes, I just got a text.
We have no further information at this time. The coroner's office has just arrived on site, and we are reaching out to the White House for comments.
As you can see, I am completely healthy. So if I happen to die for some strange reason, investigate this asshole and its entire Dub administration.
All right, Oval fans, hope everybody's doing well, and you just saw the opening clip of the video. I'm trying to do this more often. I can't promise I'll do it every video just because it adds more context to what I'm saying, since you know, the whole situation with Diane during the press conference, that was during the season 1 finale, episode 25, and we're closing in on the ending of season 2, and it was announced on television about her apparent murder. She was found in her apartment by a relative, and I really hope the show doesn't, I guess you could say, undercut her death by just having it, oh no, it was announced on TV. Priscilla saw it on television, and Martin said he just got a text about it. But it shouldn't be something that's just used as fuel to make Priscilla even more paranoid, because she literally got up on stage in the midst of her, and I dare say this is still the most epic moment of the Oval yet, even more so than Priscilla shooting Victoria and then her getting shot by Sam. I think that Diane, that was a literal mic drop moment. She said, as you can see, I'm perfectly healthy. If there's anything that happens to me, make sure you do a full-scale investigation on this shady-ass administration. So Kyle was the one who was in charge of, quote-unquote, disposing of Diane. He was the one that drugged her, interrogated her, and I guess you could say started taking off toes. And, you know, he told Donald she was a tough bird to crack. But basically, he did get the information about Bobby and Max out of her. But, you know, after that, she was killed and disposed of. So Diane is dead, if you were still wondering about that for some reason. And this is just like the whole Jean thing. You know, the body was planted at her apartment for somebody to find. Now, you know, the news reporter said the coroner just got there, so they don't have too much information. You know, they contacted the White House, no statement yet. So is there going to be a full-scale investigation? Not to mention in the next episode, Kyle's going to tell Donald that Bobby and Max, you know, there's no DNA, no bodies found at the drone strike, so they know they're still out there. Basically, it's like every time, you know, like Medea said in the one play, and, you know, you've heard this from relatives and older people, you know, every time you tell one lie, you got to tell 5 or 6 more to cover up the one you told in the beginning. So it seems like not only is the Secret Service incompetent and not being able to keep up with Jason, but, you know, just everybody in this White House. This has to be one of the worst administrations to come through the White House in the Tyler Perry universe, because not a damn secret has been successfully, you know, covered up or put under wraps. There's been so many. I mean, you could argue Denise has been the only one that's been, quote unquote, covered up due to the fact that Jean's dead and she saw the body, and Denise was found massacred in her salon, boutique and whatnot. But, you know, even some of the people on the streets, like Barry knew when he was in jail, told him, like, you know, she was messing around at the White House and she ended up dead. Something ain't right over there. So I really do feel like there's a lot going, and Picky's death too, the Picky's death. So I feel like Diane's murder, it shouldn't be something that's just, you know, forgotten about. Lily might be next on the chopping block, but there's a synopsis video I did for Doomsday, so make sure you check that out. But it seems like everybody that ran with Bobby is about to die. Yeah, that kind of sucks, but really, more to the point of the video, not to keep this going on too long, I hope Diane's death is treated appropriately. Like she said, hey, investigate the White House. Even though Ellie got up on stage to kind of repair some of the damage, if you will, and basically say, oh yeah, well, she's on medication and whatnot. So that might be used as an excuse as to why Diane and her death won't be fully investigated. But I hope it is, because there are just so many things that don't add up. And not to mention, she told Priscilla, it's like, hey, if you don't hear from me by like 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, give this to Sam. And she even said this to Martin when she handed him the information. Diane told me to give this to Sam. I haven't heard from her since she went to the White House, so something must be wrong. And this could just be more fuel to the fire for Martin, Blakely, Priscilla, Max, and Bobby to use to take the administration down. So let me know your thoughts on this. I just feel so bad for Priscilla, Jean, Miss Laura, Diane, Yuma. Her and Max really weren't that close, but you know, Max, because he was still there. And the list goes on. I mean, it's like she said, they just killing us now? Is that what's happening? I can see why. I'd quit in a heartbeat. Bump that. You ain't going to catch me back at that White House. I'm done. So, you know, Martin, I know you want me on the inside, but I'm not the person for it. You got to get somebody else. So with that being said, guys, thanks so much for tuning in, and I will talk to you in the next video.